So recently, I've been hearing a variety of people say that the anime for part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Vento Aureo, is going to come out in the fall 2017 season of anime, and they would be completely right. But unfortunately, they did not factor this into their predictions. Hello everyone, this is RPG Monger, and I'm just gonna say right now, I for sure do not think that it's a bad thing for a studio to diversify. I really don't. Though this is a rant that has been boiling up inside of me for the past few days, and I just have to talk about it. So, as many of you may or may not know, David Productions, the studio who has been behind the anime adaptation of JoJo, has really not done much besides JoJo ever since they took on the task of animating its parts. Aside from one or two anime, some OVAs, shorts, and a movie, you could tell their focus has clearly been on JoJo, and for good reasons since it's their most popular show by far. Though what's happening now is really breaking the pattern they've set up, because aside from their Monster Hunter TV series that is still ongoing mind you, this new anime they're behind, Sakurada Reset, is not only going to last one season, but two, with it planned to span for 24 episodes. With this, unless David Productions is on top of their shit like never before, the odds of us getting an adaptation of Part 5 in fall have become really small. Now you must be wondering, if David Productions is going to be undertaking an adaptation this long, is it any good? Well, it has an interesting setup to say the least, with the town of Sakurada, a town where everyone has a kind of mysterious power. Our main characters, however, have powers that make them quite the duo, with Haruki Misoda having the power to reset everything as far back as 3 days, but has no memory of it afterwards, and Asaike, who remembers everything, thus making it possible for him to remember events that happened before the reset. With such a unique setup like this, you would expect for the anime to be somewhat okay, right? That's what I thought too, and went into this anime with relatively high expectations. Hell, this is David Productions we're talking about. If they were that faithful with JoJo, they must have been with this anime, right? So let me start from what I enjoyed with this anime, because yes, I know it's never good to judge things from their first episode, and I will most likely make a follow-up video to this. But let me just say, the music was spectacular. I can honestly say they nailed it in that aspect. The visuals are nice, I guess. Nothing really unique to say about it. It's a light novel adaptation, what are you gonna get? Though that's not to say that there aren't some fantastic light novel adaptations. Though that's where my praise stops, because god, I just cannot get invested in these characters whatsoever. Like, yeah, wow, they have cool powers, but so what if they're all so emotionally bland, besides the token bubbly character of course, who probably has some deep dark backstory. Like, once again, this is only the first episode, and maybe I've just been watching a little bit too many action or comedy anime in recent times, and a more laid-back school mystery anime is going to feel bad to me, but it's not even that. Like here, let me predict the main arc with Haruki. As in this anime, she's set up to be the antisocial quiet girl who, mark my words, most likely experienced some traumatic bullshit in the past to make her the way she is today. I swear, I've seen this crap a million times. I know this is an adaptation of a light novel, so some of these character archetypes are to be expected, but come on David Productions, did you really have to choose this to be your main project of 2017? Who knows though, maybe I'm just being a little bit too harsh on this anime. That all remains to be seen, and it could develop a fantastic plot. Hell, if this is what we get instead of Vento Aureo, it better fucking develop one. Though, enough on that. Now, let's talk about the Vento Aureo adaptation, and what all these things mean for it. So, to truly understand this, let's take a look back at Diamond is Unbreakable's adaptation, and take off our fandom goggles for a second. Part 4's anime did not have the best animation, as to be expected with them doing it all in one go, forcing them to outsource a good chunk of their episodes. Like, take it from me, I was just as excited as the next guy about not having Part 4 split into two, but in retrospect, it may have been a better choice, since I'm looking at a lot of the anime this season, and while yes, they may also have a better budget, more often than not, even when anime opt for more seasons instead of longer seasons, they are generally more liked and have way better production value. So this begs the question, will Vento Aureo get the same treatment as Stardust Crusaders did, and be split into two? Well, there's a good chance either could happen since both parts are around the same length and popularity. Now, on my previous point though, I'm sure people are already taking to the comments shitting on me for saying something that isn't favorable towards their idol of worship, Jojo. But nothing is perfect, you do realize that, right? Just because I acknowledge that the adaptation wasn't perfect does not mean I didn't enjoy it any less. Though back on track, Vento Aureo could very well get the same treatment as Part 3 did, and I know exactly how they could do it too. Minor spoilers for Part 5 by the way. In the middle of the part, the gang stars have an encounter with the boss of Pashoin, the main villain of the part, which rattles the gang stars to the core with Fugo leaving the part for good. Rest in peace, Cheeseman. This entire turn of events, in my opinion, seems like the perfect point for a split, since there is still nearly half of the manga left, and could then make it so David Pro could put quality in each episode, because if we can all agree on one thing, we want Part 5 to have the utmost quality. And yes, I know that most of the animation issues with Jojo are dealt with in the Blu-ray releases, but wouldn't it be amazing if we got that level of quality in the TV episodes? Like, I know it all has to do with the marketing of the Blu-rays, but with the ever-growing popularity of Jojo, they should have at least a somewhat larger budget this time around, right? Like hell, I know it's just an overdone meme at this point, but please David Pro, try not to outsource your episodes as much this time around. Though even then, now that Sakurada Reset is a thing, and a thing that will be with us for quite a bit now, Vento Aureo may not even come in 2017, but in 2018, which is quite a bummer for sure. And one last time, I do not think that animation can ruin an anime. There are still other factors that contribute to a wholesome experience. But please David Pro, if you decide to hold off on Part 5's adaptation for now, just please, from a random Moogle on the internet, make it worth the wait.
Great practical joke, Jim. Got me go to the annex. No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Well, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, do subscribe, and today's cool thing of the day is Serial Experiments Lain. Truly, one of the best anime I have seen to date, and practically the embodiment of the dementia genre of anime. I swear, I have not seen something this trippy in quite a while now, and I love it. I suggest you all go check it out. So that being said, I'm the RPG Monger, and don't forget that each and every one of you are fantastic.